Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Christina Fontana. I am a pharmacist, five-time author, rapid transformation business coach, and creator of the Healers in Healthcare movement. I help entrepreneurs to show up and shine so you can scale your profitable, world-changing business with practical shifts, strategies, and support. So let's dive right into the content today. How do you begin receiving higher levels of wealth seemingly out of nowhere? And I know you're probably like, okay, what's the catch here? I'm going to help you shift your mindset and your energy so that you are going to begin receiving in expected and unexpected ways. So the first thing I want to talk about is this definition of wealth. We typically think of wealth and money as just this very linear way of seeing, okay, I do something, I work really hard, and then I receive money in exchange. And that's a very 3D, compact, rigid way of thinking about wealth. So today I want to expand that definition with you. Wealth can be a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of health, a wealth of experience, of love, of encouragement. And so when you're expanding this definition of wealth, you're able to open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that can come through to you. So rather than just defining wealth as money, you're actually opening up to all of the different ways that you are already rich. You are already abundant. I said this to my husband the other day. I looked around, I'm like, wow, we have a wealth of friends. We have an amazing neighborhood. We live in a great house. We have each other. So think about the ways that you are already so abundant. That's how we begin to tap into this frequency of wealth. So rather than just seeing wealth as money and like, I need clients to get money or I need this to get money, what if you just drop that and just kind of try this on with me, just like you're trying on a new shirt, and just see how it feels. And there's probably going to be a sense of lightness, a release of pressure of like, well, it needs to happen this way. When we're very rigid and only focused on one way of the way that can come to us, then we're blocking off the other possibilities of how that wealth can come. Wealth can come from gift cards, from finding quarters on the ground. I actually literally, the other day, my husband and I were walking, we saw literally 10 quarters just laid in the grass. And I was like, wow, look at that. There's abundance. We're on the frequency of abundance. So wealth can come from gifts. It can come from someone buying you coffee. It can come from a parent giving you money or something out of the blue that just is a deposit in your bank account. So when we expand this definition of wealth and how it can come to us in expected and unexpected ways from infinite potentials out there, that's when we begin to really tap into our true potential, our frequency of wealth. The other thing I want to talk about here is, do you feel worthy to receive this wealth? Or are there some blocks? This is really what I work on with my clients around unworthiness or deservingness. Or if someone gives you a compliment, are you immediately pushing it away and saying like, oh, you like the shirt? Oh, well, like it was $1 at, wherever, I got it on sale or whatever. How are you receiving? Think about even something as simple as a compliment. Are you pushing it away? So sometimes there are these unconscious ways that we're pushing away wealth or compliments or helpful connections. Maybe there's somebody that's been in your world that's trying to give to you and you just keep ignoring them or you're not answering their messages or whatever that might be. If you think about breath, when you're breathing, we are meant to circulate wealth. So like the exhale is the giving, the inhale is the receiving. If we didn't do both of those things, we would be completely out of balance. So in order for you to give, you also need to be able to receive. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you feel like, where is this block for you? Are you feeling like, oh, well, I feel like I have to hold on to everything because I just don't have enough? Or is it more, oh no, I can't receive, like I can't possibly, I'm so used to giving, so it's uncomfortable when I try to receive. Again, there's no judgment here. It's just about curiosity and playing and really making wealth and receiving fun. So think about those two things. Number one, are there places that I am blocking receiving? Is there a part of me that doesn't feel worthy or deserving to receive abundantly? Thinking about that question. The other thing to say is, okay, how am I circulating my wealth out in the world? Because that is energy, right? So where is there maybe stuck energy in your life. This is a lot of what we do in Elevate Healers Academy. So we really dive deep into shifting the energy around you, around your business, so that you can receive abundantly for your gifts. So you can receive from so many different ways. I think I have like 20 different ways that I receive income: from surveys, from YouTube, from books, from courses, and all of these different things. And I say that to really encourage you that you can do anything. You can monetize your knowledge. You can sell something, sell an hour of your time and receive for your gifts. That would be the other thing that I would say, is to really dial into what is it that you're really freaking good at. Maybe it's something from childhood. Maybe it's something you've always thought about pursuing, but whatever is blocking you, like, oh, well, can I really do that? Or there's so many coaches out there. Whatever those thoughts are, we want to just bring that up to the surface to examine what's preventing you from taking that idea to implementation. So again, we want to be thinking about wealth as this frequency that we're going to be tuning into. So realizing how worthy and wealthy you already are. And I'd love to hear this in the comments too. Think about all that you receive in a week. I want you to actually journal. Take out a piece of paper this week and journal all of the things that you receive, whether it's coins, whether it's gift cards, whether it's money or flowers. Somebody buys you a coffee. Someone says, hey, I'll pick that up for you. Maybe it's a random act of kindness. All of the ways that you're receiving, because when you focus on this, you're going to see just how abundant you already are. And it's going to increase this receiving capacity for you. The second thing that you'll do is, again, look at, where am I blocking myself from receiving? Where am I unconsciously pushing money away? Am I just throwing coins out and saying, oh yeah, I don't need those pennies? Or are you respecting money and putting it in your wallet and having all the bills? I actually do this, having all the bills nicely fanned out and facing the same way and tenderly putting that in your wallet. Are you respecting money, or are you looking away and saying, oh, I don't want to look at my bills. It's uncomfortable. I don't want to see that. Or you're not looking at your bank accounts. These are all of the ways that we unconsciously push away money. So what if you were to start to open up to money can flow to me in expected and unexpected ways? And I actually did this with a client recently. She had a medical bill that was supposed to be $8,000. Then she got something in the mail that said, oh yeah, you really only owe $500. Things like that will start happening. Then she got a check for something else in the mail. When you start to look at money and wealth as its energy, right? How can you begin looking at money, respecting money, saying, you know what, I am worthy of receiving in expected and unexpected ways, in an infinite number of ways. That's when money channels are going to start opening up for you. You start receiving in all of these different ways that just you would have never thought about before. And I can tell you, I have experienced this over and over and over again. So money is always responding to your power. So if you're feeling very disempowered and I don't want to look at money and this is really hard and I can't even look at my bank account, or you're gripping really hard to money, that is your relationship that you have right now. And you can rewire that relationship. So what is that relationship right now? I'm giving you a lot of these different things to look at, because this is how you start to expand your wealth capacity. Rather than just receiving from one income stream, maybe you open up another channel and you start making money from surveys or from writing or doing a blog or anything else. Maybe you monetize, open up a money channel and you start monetizing a gift that you have, or you sell an hour of your time, or you open yourself up to actually receiving somebody's gift, right? These are all ways that you receive in larger amounts, and you allow yourself to know that you are already abundant. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What resonated? What is it that you are going to start implementing? Maybe it's something as simple as starting to look at your bank account and saying, wow, I'm so grateful for all this money that I have in this bank account. Maybe if it's not where you want it to be, you're like, hey, I'm going to multiply this. I'm going to implement something. And, ideas are wealth too. Maybe you get a divine download that says, oh, why don't you try this, or go make this connection, or talk to this person. Wealth, again, comes in so many forms: a referral, a client, a helpful connection, a gift. All of these ways are coming to you and flowing to you. And the only difference between someone who is wealthy and someone who isn't is it comes down to about 80% of your mindset. So your mindset is a huge aspect of this whole wealth equation. And of course, there are other nuances as well, but I would say the bulk, 75 to 80% of this comes down to your beliefs about money, how you are being, your embodiment, and not just looking at what's in my current reality now. Because again, that's going back to that very limited thinking, like, oh, well, I don't have clients now, or it's never going to work. Taking your power back and saying, you know what? I'm going to circulate my wealth. I'm going to create a new membership, a new service. I'm going to connect with a new collaboration and, see what we can do together to, tap into a new audience. I want you to start to be creative about some of these ways that money can come to you. The thing is that when we're in survival mode, and I get this, when we're in that mode of like, it can only be this way, we're cutting ourselves off from the infinite possibilities. And we're oftentimes in that amygdala part of our brain, that fight or flight response, that survival brain, rather than being up in the prefrontal cortex, which allows that creativity, that strategic innovation to come online for us to be able to think outside the box and say, oh yeah, let's do that. So I want to hear from you. What have you received? What things have you loved from this video? I cannot wait to hear, and I hope that you got so much out of it, and I'll see you on the next video. Let's do the damn thing.